Well, after a week on the road, the Tigers are back home to the Motor City, and more specifically, back home to the friendly confines of Comerica Park in downtown Detroit. Fans are filing in tonight. It's a cool night for baseball as we get you ready for Game 1 in this 3-game series from the ballpark tonight. It features the visiting Seattle Mariners and the Detroit Tigers. Hi again, everyone. Welcome to Tigers Baseball. Mario and Pemba, Rod Allen, glad to have you with us. Game 1 in this 3-game set. The Tigers just 1-5 on the last road trip, Rod, and that's obviously very, very disappointing for this ball club. This entire season obviously has been a disappointment. We come to the ballpark today. Jim Leyland showing a little bit of frustration in his pregame press conference.
Well, Jim Leyland is one of those managers that's always trying to push the right buttons as far as his ball club is concerned. And apparently today he read some things in the newspaper. It didn't set very well with him, and he challenged a lot of people today, not only himself, but also his team to get it done on the field.
Well, we'll see what happens here tonight, but Justin Verlander will be on the mound for the Tigers. And really, although it's been a very frustrating season for Verlander, his last start was a pretty good one in KC.
Only gave up 2 runs in that start against the Kansas City Royals. Kansas City playing some decent baseball. He did walk 3, he had 3 strikeouts. He pitched well enough to win. If Verlander continues to go out there with the stuff that he went out there with 5 days ago, he's going to win quite a few games the remainder of this year.
One of the big hurdles he will have to face tonight is Ichiro Suzuki. It has not been a good season or a great season for Ichiro, but it's been a good one nonetheless in terms of his career.
Well, he's one of the impact players from the leadoff spot, and one of the better players I've seen at that leadoff spot since I've been broadcasting games at this level. 7-time All-Star, wins Gold Gloves every year. He sets records. He wins the Rookie of the Year. He's been an MVP. This guy has a chance to be a Hall of Famer here in the United States, and he didn't come here until he was in his upper 20s, but he can change the game on both sides of the ball. He's just a joy to watch, and he is worth the price of admission.
And he is in there tonight batting leadoff for the Seattle Mariners. Both of these teams have been a bit of a disappointment. The Tigers come in 10 under, the Mariners 9 under, and both were expected to win their divisions. Long way to go in this season. We'll see what happens. Coming up tonight, former Mariner Carlos Guillen is in there, and he absolutely kills Carlos Silva. By the way, Carlos Silva's pitching tonight for Seattle. It'll be the Tigers and M's, and it's coming up next. Tigers baseball on FSN Detroit is brought to you by Comerica. We listen, we understand, we make it work. Wall-side windows, we can do that. We are the factory. And by the Michigan Regional Chapter of Carpenters and Millwrights, building the landmarks where we work, learn, live, and play. Tigers take the field on a very cloudy and overcast night here at the ballpark. A little bit cool as well. And tonight's ball game presented to you in crystal clear high definition on FSN HD. And we're glad to have you with us here this evening as we kick off this homestand, game 1 in the series against Seattle. And here is the starting lineup for the M's tonight. No surprise, Ichiro is at the top, 200 or more hits in 7 straight years now. Beltre batting second, playing third base. Lopez is at second. Ibanez, Vidro, and Sexton in the middle of the Seattle lineup tonight. Kenji Jojima is catching. Vladimir Valentin is in right, and Yunieski Betancourt is batting ninth and playing shortstop. Here is the Dodge scouting report on Tigers right-hander Justin Verlander.
The Seattle Mariners ball club has had some offensive issues itself this year, and if Verlander pitches like he did 5 days ago, he'll get a win here tonight, but he needs some help from his teammates. They have scored 2 or fewer runs in 7 of his 9 starts this year. That's not a lot of help, and he's been perfect. In his 4 starts against Seattle, he is 4-0 with a 2.63 earned run average. Take a look at the Chrysler Jeep defense behind Verlander in this ball game. You've got Pudge Rodriguez. He's thrown out 9 of 24 attempting to steal a base against him this year. He's really throwing the baseball well. In the outfield, you've got Joyce, Granderson, Ordonez on the left side of the infield, Guillen and Renteria, Polanco, Cabrera on the right side, and we told you that Verlander is towing the rubber.
Yeah, the numbers on Mr. Verlander, he has gone at least 6 in his last 3 starts, but awfully lofty numbers.
You know, opponent's batting average is .265 against him, but he does have quite a few walks, 24 in 55 innings, and boy, that 1-7 just does not look right.
Looks very, very odd. We'll see if he can begin to change that here this evening. 61 degrees our game time temperature, so it's a little bit nippy tonight. I mean, it's nice right now, but they are saying the temps will dip a little later in the evening as Ichiro stands in and takes a strike, and we are underway tonight from Comerica Park. The very talented Ichiro Suzuki batting .280. Good numbers lifetime against the Tigers as he slaps one back to the screen. 0-2.
Hey, one thing about Ichiro, he may be hitting .280 right now, but don't bet against him hitting about .330 before it's all said and done this year.
Justin Verlander in search of his 2nd victory of the season. Really should have had it against Kansas City his last time out. Tigers lost that game 2-0. There's another one that bounces in, running the count even now. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Ichiro.
After 2 straight fastballs to Ichiro, he came back with a couple of changeups, both missing at the bottom of the strike zone.
Ichiro as good as just about anybody in the game, and taking a quality pitch on the outside corner and just spoiling it until he can get something he can handle.
He has tremendous hand-eye coordination. The defenders have to play in a little bit closer than they normally would because he has tremendous speed and gets a lot of infield singles.
Right back up the middle, and no infield single that time. Right into center field. Leadoff man is on. Well, here's the Firestone Leaderboard tonight. We'll check out the league leaders in the stolen base category. And you'll find Mr. Suzuki on that list at number 1 with 20.
Good matchup here. Ichiro has 20, as you mentioned, and that's more than anybody else in the major leagues. And Pudge Rodriguez is throwing the ball very well this year. And so we'll see if Ichiro wants to challenge him.
Here is Adrian Beltre. 94 on the gun from Verlander as he misses inside to Beltre, batting just .241 this year.
Beltre is one of those guys, when they signed him to that very huge contract they did a few years ago, I don't think they envisioned him being a table setter, batting in that number 2 slot.
Ichiro gets back. Well, Beltre has been an interesting player. Of course, he had that big year over in the National League, and he parlayed that into a huge contract coming to Seattle. And it's awfully difficult to live up to the type of numbers he put up. As Ichiro again is chased back in there.
Ichiro has a huge lead at first base. And those of you that have watched Tigers baseball, we've told you on many occasions that Verlander, for a big power right-hander, has a very quick move, very quick feet.
2-0 on Beltre. That one season that Beltre had was with the Dodgers in 04. He hit 48 home runs that year and really has not come close to reaching that number again. He has played sparkling defense at third base, however. He is one of the best at that position. There goes the runner. Here comes the throw from Pudge. The tag out at second base. Ichiro is called out by Mike Riley. What a throw by Pudge. Only the second time he's been caught this year.
Well, very nice ball to throw there. Fastball right down the middle. Ichiro had an exceptional jump, and it looked like he was going to get in there. He may have even gotten in there. Looked like Polanco tagged him rather high. But just the fact that he was able to try to challenge Pudge Rodriguez there shows me that he's feeling real good about his legs these days.
So round one of that battle goes to Verlander and Pudge. Ichiro thought he slid in ahead of the tag, and he's not going to be convinced otherwise. 20 steals and been caught now just twice this year. High towering drive into deep left center field. Joyce is back, and that ball is out of here. It's gone. A home run for Adrian Beltre.
A 3-1 fastball right down the middle. And most hitters, if you throw them a 3-1 fastball where this one is, and they have the kind of power that Beltre has, they can find the seats. That was a huge home run by Beltre. That ball was down, dropped his head, used his legs very well, and hit it a mile.
A mile is right, literally 411 feet. So Verlander now will deal with Jose Lopez.
That's one of the things we were talking about a couple of nights ago when that youngster for Arizona was pitching by the name of Max Scherzer, who had a fastball in the mid to upper 90s, and we talked about the fact that when guys throw that hard, you really don't have to swing the bat. All you have to do is drop the bat into the hitting zone, and you allow the 94, 95 mile per hour fastball do a lot of the help for you. And that's what Beltre did there. He just dropped a bat head.
And that was his team high ninth home run. Well, Verlander has made 10 starts now, and he's given up at least one home run in 8 of those 10 starts. 2-1 pitch. Shallow right field. Maglio coming on.
Let's take one more look at the Beltre home run. Take a look at him. He just drops the bat head right in the zone there. Very little swing, very little effort, just drops the bat head down into the hitting zone, and he allows the Verlander velocity of 94 to help him generate this kind of power.
2 out, nobody on. A run in for Seattle on the Beltre homer. And here is Raul Ibanez, who has power as well.
Good hitter, too.
He has really turned into one of the best hitters in the big leagues that really nobody has talked about much over the last, what, 3-4 years?
Not really. I guess it really doesn't help playing up in the Pacific Northwest.
No, but his name does come up quite a bit at trading deadline time. And Ibanez having another pretty good year this year. 301 with 7 homers.
It might come up again this year if Seattle doesn't turn it up a notch.
Bouncing ball foul to the right side.
Ibanez is one of those guys that will use the entire field. Doesn't hit as well against left-handers, but very few left-handers are able to really own left-handed pitching. And you don't see that much of them anyway.
That's popped up foul, back out of play. Well, these are 2 teams without question that were picked by many to win their respective divisions, and maybe the Tigers more so in the Central than Seattle in the West. But there were some that would pick Seattle to take the West over the Angels, and both have really had their struggles the first month and a half of the year. Seattle got Eric Bedard, and everybody thought that probably would put them over the top in the West. And the May totals for both of these ball clubs not very good. See a lot of double-digit rankings. Good pitch in the outside corner. He got him looking, and Ibanez didn't like it. Verlander gets his first strikeout, but Beltre's homer makes it 1-0.
Hey, this is Victor Martinez.
Hey, this is AJ Burnett.
All my games are live
and on demand on MLB.tv.
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 MLB.tv. Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching. Let's get this thing started. Yeah.
It's a new generation, so pass the mic. Pepsi can't left me, better pass it right. I ain't tripping, we independent. We out the trunk, dog, and let me pass this mic. We gotta get it on.
Get on the mic with Mic Pass, only at Pepsi Smash on Yahoo Music.
Nothing as we go to the bottom of the first inning tonight at Comerica Park. Manager Jim Leyland had a busy pregame press conference. Here's his lineup card: Granderson, Polanco, and Sheffield at the top tonight for the Tigers. Mags batting cleanup. Cabrera is at first. Guillen, how about 5-17 against Silva? That's pretty good. Joyce, Renteria, and Pudge Rodriguez, your bottom three in the Tigers starting 9. Here is the Beltre scouting report on Mr. Carlos Silva.
He's got real good command. He's always around the plate with a fastball, changeup, also has a cutter. Hasn't pitched very well this year away from Safeco Field in Seattle, but he has pitched very well here at Comerica Park. His last 3 starts here is 2-0 with a 1.84 earned run average.
And Curtis Granderson leading it off. Skies one in the air to shallow left field. Betancourt back. Ibanez in. And it's the left fielder making the catch.
Take a look at the Rico defense behind Silva in this ball game tonight. You've got Adrian Beltre, 2007 Gold Glove winner. This guy is very athletic at that position. He's got an outstanding throwing arm. He has tremendous range, and you really don't want to hit anything down in his direction because he will pick it.
There's Placido Polanco with 1 out. Placido is up to 271. He's been in a pretty good stretch. In his last 20 games, he's hitting 361 over that clip. And we're starting to see more and more of the Polanco we saw in 06 and 07. It's just the Tigers haven't gotten a whole lot of production onto the leadoff spot. Silva's 1-1 pitch. Well, there you go. After a slow start, he has really turned it on. A 140 start over his first 15 games, and that is just so unlike Polanco. But of course, the bad back was a big reason for that.
That and the fact that Granderson wasn't playing either. And Polanco seems to do a whole lot better when Granderson's able to bat first and act as a table setter.
Silva's 2-2 pitch. Fouled away.
Silva's going to be around the plate. Has just 123 base on balls in his last 832 innings, which is the fewest among active players. He's a strike machine. He also likes pitching in obviously very spacious ballparks. His numbers are very good at home at Safeco, and his numbers are excellent here at Comerica Park, his last 3.
2 very pitcher-friendly ballparks. Silva gave up just a couple of runs in his last start in Texas. 6 1/3, got a no decision in that game. Well, one thing about Polanco, it's going to be tough to strike him out. He strikes out every 17 at bats, which is the best ratio in the American League. And he's making Silva work in this at bat.
And tremendous hand-eye coordination. Chokes up on the bat.
Again, the 2-2. Slice to the right side, base hit. That is a typical Placido Polanco at bat.
He just takes what you give him. Very seldom do you see Polanco overswing. Very seldom do you see him out on his front foot where he's got fooled on a breaking ball. With 2 strikes, he just allows the ball to get deep enough in the strike zone so that he can just hit the ball the other way. With 2 strikes, he was the best hitter in the majors last year.
Well, the tying run is on now, and that's going to bring up the designated hitter, Gary Sheffield. Chef trying to break an 0 for 11. His average has dropped down to 189. A couple of home runs on the campaign.
Got one start in Arizona the last 3 days. That was on Friday night, and made one pinch hit appearance on Sunday.
That is driven deep but foul down the left field line. Well, the emergence of Matt Joyce made it a little bit easier for the Tigers to take Sheffield out of left field. Joyce has done a nice job since coming up from the minor leagues. And he's back in there in left tonight. High towering fly ball into left. Ibanez is there. 2 outs. And Polanco back to first base. Here's Maglio Ordonez. Mags has 10 career home runs against Seattle pitching. Snap throw back down, and Polanco gets back in easily.
It really doesn't seem like Maglio is having a stellar year, especially after hitting .363 last year. But he is one of 4 players in the American League with 50 or more hits, at least 5 home runs, 24 RBIs, and batting over 300. There's only 3 others.
But you're right. It just doesn't seem like he's having a great year. That'll go down the right field line. I think maybe some of that has to do with the fact that
the entire team is struggling.
Exactly. And he kind of gets lumped in with everybody. But living up to last year was going to be a tall order nonetheless.
Hit .363 did Maglio last year.
Well, he hits pretty well against Silva. Tigers have a lot of guys in their lineup that have. Maglio is .412 against Silva. Of course, the majority of his work in the American League with the Minnesota Twins. He is 29 years old, out of Bolivar, Venezuela.
And so a lot of these Tigers hitters are very familiar with Silva. And he is the epitome of what that entire Minnesota Twins staff is. A lot of strike throwers. And quality strike throwers, I may add.
Swinging a drive into deep left center field. Ichiro cruising back, and he'll run it down to the gap. So the Tigers get a runner, but leave a man, and we've played one. It's 1-0 Seattle.
With Nissan Live Sets on Yahoo Music, everyone's a VIP.
A lot of people ask us, do you feel pressure to stay successful and this and that? And I don't think any of us have really ever indulged that external pressure at all.
Experience Nissan Live Sets only on Yahoo Music. See you at the show. With Nissan Live Sets on Yahoo Music, everyone's a VIP.
It means so much to me whenever I get on a stage and feel an audience's energy coming back at me.
Experience Nissan Live Sets only on Yahoo Music. See you at the show.
Hey, this is Victor Martinez.
Hey, this is AJ Burnett.
All my games are live.
Live and on demand on MLB.tv.
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 Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Doing is popping off to the newspaper. Because it's diversionary tactics and they look foolish. And you can quote every bit of that. There's nothing wrong with inside the clubhouse. The problem here is in between the lines. But everybody looks for an excuse, you know. And to me, that's a weak excuse. Look in the mirror.
The words of the manager, Jim Leland, as we go to the second inning, and Jose Vidro grounds out for the first out of the inning. But there's no question, Rod, the skipper getting a little bit frustrated, and maybe a message or two sent to some of the folks in his clubhouse and beyond.
Well, I don't really have a problem with what he said. Jim Leland is an outstanding manager, and he has been that throughout his big league career. And most managers do not like for people to talk about what's going on in the clubhouse. If you're in the clubhouse, one of the things that is said at this level, what goes on in the clubhouse stays in the clubhouse. And I think that's the thing that kind of set him off, is the fact that now there's some talk amongst people in the clubhouse and someone else that has left this ball club.
Yeah, I think that probably was the main issue right there. People that have left the team, and of course Jason Grilli was, I guess, the main figure in terms of that, with another ball club right now, Colorado, and talking about the Tigers clubhouse. Sexton fouling it back.
Jason Grilli's an outstanding young man, and he will always be that as far as I'm concerned. I really enjoyed him while he was here, and apparently Jason Beck caught up with him because he was on the Carrabba's pregame show, and Jason said that he thought that maybe some of the things that he said was taken out of context.
Inside and high, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Or maybe the way that he said it, he didn't think that it was going to appear the way that it appeared in print.
Here's the 1-2. Ooh, where was that? 2 balls, 2 strikes on Sexton. Well, I agree with that. You know, we've known Jason for a long time, and he's a stand-up type guy, and he kind of shed some light into what his thoughts were in terms of the Tigers clubhouse. And in some ways in baseball, that's a no-no. There's a strike called, and Sexton is out of there.
What goes on in the clubhouse stays in the clubhouse. That's why they trust us to go in the clubhouse and to see some of the things that we see that we never really talk about.
It's kind of like what goes on in Vegas stays in Vegas. 2 outs, and here is Kenji Jojima.
And I think more than anything, that's what set Leland off.
I would agree. Jojima batting just .221. 1-0 Seattle on the home run by Beltre back in the first inning.
They got quite a few guys that are scuffling this year from an offensive standpoint. You brought it up earlier. This Seattle team was supposed to contend in the AL West. Obviously, you've got the Angels there that pretty much are the class of that division. And a close second behind them was supposed to be Seattle. Now, that's their manager, John McLaren. Oakland was in a rebuilding year, and Texas was trying to still find its way.
Well, McLaren, in his second season now at the helm of Seattle, has watched his team really come out of the gates very slowly, much like the Tigers. And when they got Eric Bedard, I think many people thought that would kind of push them over the hill a little bit. And it just hasn't worked out that way. And you know, when you start looking at culprits, I think, you know, offensively, as you mentioned, they have a lot of guys that just aren't hitting all that well in their lineup.
They also had some bullpen issues earlier in the year. J.J. Putz was not healthy. And those of us that watch the Tigers on a day-to-day basis, you know as well, when we don't have a Zamayo or Rodney, we scuffle too.
Bouncing ball left side, Guillen at third. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Justin Verlander. 1.5 in the books. It's 1-0 Seattle.
Let's get this thing started. Yeah. It's a new generation, so pass the mic. Pepsi can't left me, better pass it right. I ain't tripping, we independent. We out the trunk, dog, and let me pass this mic. We gotta get it on.
Get on the mic with Mic Pass, only at Pepsi Smash on Yahoo Music.
Voting is now open for the 2008 All-Star Game at Yankee Stadium. Use the ballot on MLB.com to watch video, compare stats, and vote up to 25 times.
With Nissan Live Sets on Yahoo Music, everyone's a VIP.
A lot of people ask us, do you feel pressure to stay successful and this and that? And I don't think any of us have really ever indulged that external pressure at all.
Experience Nissan Live.
Nothing as we go to the bottom of the second inning here at Comerica Park. We're talking about the comments that Jim Leyland made before the ball game today. As Silva goes back to work facing Miguel Cabrera. And Miguel takes it low and outside, 1-0. Some of the original comments made by Jason Grilli were, I believe, at the bottom, or at least the crux of what Leland was talking about today. And Grilli went on to kind of give a rebuttal to what Jim said earlier this afternoon. We'll get to those comments in a moment. Cabrera, Guillen, and Joyce here in the Tigers' second. Down the middle of strike, and it's 1-1 on Cabrera. Silva last year won 13 games with Minnesota, but he was sub 500, 13-14. Bang that one off his foot. 1-2. Hear those comments that Jason Grilli had regarding Jim Leyland's comments. All he was basically saying was the balance and the camaraderie and stuff that I saw in 06 slowly faded out. That's all I said. I love everybody over there. Pretty much puts to bed the back and forth that we've had here today between the Tigers skipper and a former player and some current players. The 1-2 pitch.
There was a national story today in USA Today by Bob Nightingale, and really there's been a lot of people talking about the Tigers team the last week or so, and really all season, as to why they haven't performed the way that everybody thought they would perform this year.
That's drilled down the left field line. That ball is down. It's up against the wall. Cabrera takes the turn. He's motoring towards second, and he is in with a double.
And I guess Jim kind of got tired of everybody else analyzing his ball club, so he said, let me tell you, I'll give it to you straight. And basically in that clip from WXYT, he gave it to us straight.
Yeah, he pretty much told us what we needed to know, and pretty much told it in his fashion and his manner.
When this young boy gets his legs underneath him, as he does here on this little two-seam fastball inside, he generates tremendous bat speed. He's got some nice, strong, firm legs.
Now Carlos Guillen with the tying run in scoring position.
And yes, the swing does start with the legs, you boys and girls out there.
Silva backs him off.
And some of you weekend warriors that like to get out and play a little baseball or softball. You ever played any softball?
Oh, I played a lot of softball.
Yeah?
Yeah, I love the game.
You still play?
No. No, I gave it up. The 1-0 pitch is hit back towards second, under the glove of Lopez. Here comes Cabrera. He's going to come around to score, and the Tigers have tied it up.
A couple of fellow Venezuelans jumping on Silva, who of course is from Venezuela himself. And Carlos Guillen just spanks him all around the ballpark anyway. Carlos hitting over 500 against Silva and was simply just trying to do his job with a runner on second and nobody out. Really all he was trying to do was hit something to the right side to get Cabrera to third base. And when you're unselfish with the way you play the game, every now and then you get rewarded with a base hit and an RBI too.
That'll bring up Matt Joyce. It's a 1-1 ball game. Single and an RBI for Guillen. That's the ruling on that play. And when you update the numbers, they continue to sparkle against Silva.
I guess I kind of jumped the gun on giving him a base hit there.
Well, but you knew what you were talking about because that's what it turned out to be. He was hit hard enough.
Absolutely.
I mean, I think that that was probably a base hit all the way. Matt Joyce has impressed. There's no question about that. 4 home runs. Silva's 1-0. Did you play any softball?
Very little.
Yeah.
Very little. When I retired from playing baseball, I played in a couple of those 30 and over teams in baseball, 40 and over teams, but that kind of got old quick. I kind of felt like the body didn't respond the way that I'd like for it to respond. In other words, I was getting old.
Now, did they have beverages at every base? That's the kind of softball I like. 3-0 is the count, and out to the mound goes Jojima.
Silva takes very little time in getting the ball toward home plate, but Jojima has not thrown well this year. He has just thrown out 19% of the would-be base stealers. And so if the Tigers get themselves in a situation where they've got a guy that can run, and Carlos would fall into that category, why not try to exploit this weakness of Jojima's?
He has caught only 5. In Japan, he was very good in that respect. There goes the runner, and it's fouled back out of play. And Jojima was a terrific defensive catcher in Japan. He won 7 Gold Gloves, and part of that was his ability to throw runners out.
Here's a situation where more than likely Leland will put again in motion again, and it's not one of those situations where you as the base stealer, you're hoping that he puts the ball in play. You got to get a good jump and think about stealing this base.
Runner goes again, and it's grounded fair at first. We'll tag the bag for the out. And Guillen moves up.
A lot of times in that 3-2 situation, when you're running, you're the base runner, you're just hoping that the hitter, either it's ball 4 or he puts the ball in play to protect you. But against those numbers we just talked to, 19% for Jojima, you try to steal that base.
Jojima in Japan led the league 4 consecutive seasons in throwing out base runners, but it hasn't been that way this year for him. Renteria trying to give the Tigers the lead.
Edgar trying to get back on track, and he is still wearing his pants legs high. He started that in Arizona on Saturday night, and he's continued to wear his up there, whereas the other players on the team, they've simply gone back to their old styles.
Fouled back out of play. I wonder how much of a comfort factor it is. Now, obviously, when you ask your teammates to wear them up, if you're not comfortable wearing them up, does that really make a difference at all, do you think?
I think it's more of a fashion statement
than
comfort.
Yeah.
I think a lot of guys just don't like the way that it looks, and that's why a lot of guys don't wear them up there.
So for a game, if they had to wear them up, it'd be really no big deal.
No.
Aside from the fashion aspect. 0-2.
Bat Boy's even got his up there.
Yes, he does.
I see you.
It's a good look.
Got some sweet tinnies on too.
There you go. Ball boy down the line as well. Renteria 4 for 17 on the last road trip. Not too many Tigers hit well. The Tigers as a team batted just .215 on the last trip. They jam him inside and he rolls it foul.
Silva knows all about Renteria, even though the majority of Renteria's time has been spent in the senior circuit, the National League. Silva knows just by watching Renteria stand in the batter's box with that closed stance that he's trying to hit the ball to the right side of the field the majority of the time. Therefore, just about everything he's thrown him has crowded him inside.
Again, they come inside, but he left that one out over the plate. Base hit the center. Guillen coming around third. They'll send him home, and he's safe. Scoring standing up, and Edgar Renteria has an RBI single.
Edgar Renteria has tremendous hand-eye coordination, and he has that classic inside-out swing. Take a look at this swing here. This ball is on the inner third of the plate, and he simply pulls his hands inside very nicely with great concentration down toward the baseball. tremendous legs and is able to hit this ball back up the middle. That is a good swing by Renteria.
19 RBIs on the year now for Edgar. Tigers now 2 for 2 with men in scoring position today. A far cry from that series in Phoenix and actually in Kansas City as well.
He might as well run 2.
Pudge Rodriguez takes a strike.
I'm sending everybody today.
Are you? You're going to send them all.
I'm sending Big Cabrera if he's on first.
Renteria has 1 steal. Pudge batting .264 with a home run and 16 RBIs. Silva was given a 1-0 lead, but he has surrendered that lead as the Tigers have put up 4 hits on the scoreboard, 3 of them here in the second. Bouncing ball left side. Beltre fires to second one, and the relay is in time. The double play. 5-4-3. Tigers take their first lead. We played 2, and it's 2-1.
Let's get this thing started. Yeah. It's a new generation, so pass the mic. Pepsi can't left me, better pass it right. I ain't tripping, we independent. We out the trunk, dog, and let me pass this mic. We gotta get it on.
Get on the mic with Mic Pass, only at Pepsi Smash on Yahoo Music.
Even when you can't watch your favorite team, you can know what's happening with MLB.com's mobile team alerts, now including video alerts for your video-enabled phone. You'll get video highlights minutes after they happen, text messages on home runs, lead changes, and more. Everything you need to stay informed throughout the season for just $3.99 per month. Sign up now and pick your favorite team. Text MLB to 65246. For complete details, go to MLB.com/mobile.
Voting is now open for the 2008 All-Star Game at Yankee Stadium. Use the ballot on MLB.com to watch video, compare stats, and vote up to 25 times.
Every fan's dream is a front row seat. With Nissan Live Sets on Yahoo Music, everyone's a VIP.
It means so much to me whenever I get on a stage and feel an audience's energy coming back at me and feeling that love, because that's what I love to give, is 150% of my energy and sharing what I love to do so passionately.
Experience Nissan Live Sets with artists like Christina Aguilera, Incubus, Beck, and more. Only on Yahoo Music. See you at the show. With Nissan Live Sets on Yahoo Music, everyone's a VIP.
A lot of people ask.
On FSN Detroit is brought to you by your Chrysler and Jeep Superstores and by Bell Tire. Trust us, will make you happy you came in. That's a promise. High above the Ambassador Bridge. On a cool overcast night here in the Motor City, the Tigers and the Seattle Mariners opening up a 3-game set here. The Tigers have taken the lead. It is 2-1 as we go to the top of the third. And Justin Verlander back to work. He will face Vladimir Valentin. Valentin, then Betancourt, and then Ichiro. Verlander rebounded nicely after giving up that home run in the first. He got him 1-2-3 very quickly in the second. No balls and 1 strike on Valentin.
The key for Verlander in this game is first pitch strikes. The Mariners are struggling from an offensive standpoint. Therefore, if you get ahead of these guys with a lot of first pitch strikes all night long, you can expand the strike zone and try to get them to swing at something that you want them to swing at.
The hook misses inside. Verlander has struck out a couple. He fanned Ibanez in the first, Sexton in the second. Another breaking ball missing low, 2-1. Valentin has a little bit of power. He's hit 4 home runs in limited time this year after being called up. But in the minor leagues, in 3 straight seasons, he had better than 20. He is from Curacao.
That's where Andrew Jones is from, isn't it?
Yep, Randall Simon.
Well, their best outfield prospect was traded to the Baltimore Orioles in the offseason. Adam Pac-Man Jones.
In the air to center. And caught by Granderson.
Hey fans, each Friday take a look around the major leagues with the Baseball Report. It covers every team all season long with highlights, interviews, and analysis you won't get anywhere else. The Baseball Report Friday at 6 here on FSN. I shouldn't call him Pac-Man.
No, you probably shouldn't.
His name is Adam Jones.
Adam Jones.
Adam Jones, and a very good baseball player.
Now in Baltimore.
And apparently Pac-Man's a good football player.
There's a strike called on Unieski Betancourt. Betancourt at 255. Really good numbers career against the Tigers. 349. Rolls this one to the shortstop. Renteria will throw him out. 2 gone. So Verlander in a little bit of a good streak here. He has retired 7 straight. 2 outs for the leadoff man Ichiro.
He is simply worth the price of admission. He has averaged 206 hits a year since coming over to the United States from Japan. Every year, over 200 hits.
Well, we haven't looked this up, but I think it would be interesting to see, of the 200 plus that he gets every year, how many of them are infield hits?
Oh, quite a few.
There's got to be a ton.
That's part of his game. This guy could be a 5-tool player, though, if he wanted to be. The only tool that he's missing is power. And he has a lot of power. He just does not try to hit the ball out of the ballpark.
Down the left field line, Joyce giving chase, and it's out of play.
And for those of you that are new to the broadcast, the 5 tools that I'm talking about is the ability to hit for average. He's got tremendous speed. He plays very well defensively. He's won 7 straight Gold Gloves out there. And he has one of the best throwing arms in all of baseball. The only tool that he does not have is the power in the games.
Three balls and 1 strike.
Those are the 5 tools that most scouts measure you by when deciding whether to give you a contract or not.
Is there any one of those tools, as Ichiro gets the walk, that kind of stands out above the rest that they look at first in terms of scouting?
I think power.
Power
is one of the toughest things to teach at this level. Either you've got it or you don't.
Would speed be next?
Speed is good, because speed never goes into slumps. But I think most guys, when you see guys like Cecil Fielder's son that come at Prince Fielder, guys like that come into the draft, guys with legitimate power, you see those guys drafted very high. I mean, power is one of those things you just do not teach a lot of at this level. Would he dare try Pudge again here today?
Well, he may be a little bit upset about the fact that he thought he was safe last time. He was thrown out by Pudge back in the first.
And Beltre did play long ball after that, too.
Strike call. 0-2.
And Beltre got a 3-1 fastball right down the middle his last time up, but it was at the bottom of the strike zone. Not a bad pitch, but he just dropped the bat head down in the zone and made real good contact.
Swing and a miss. Not this time. Beltre is out of there. 3rd strikeout for Verlander. They'll strand a runner, and it's still 2-1 Detroit.
Hey, this is Victor Martinez.
Hey, this is AJ Burnett.
All my games are live.
Live and on demand on MLB.tv.
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 Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Let's get this thing started. Yeah. It's a new generation, so pass the mic. Pepsi can't left me, better pass it right. I ain't tripping, we independent. We out the trunk, dog, and let me pass this mic. We gotta get it on.
Get on the mic with Mic Pass, only at Pepsi Smash on Yahoo Music.
Voting is now open for the 2008 All-Star Game at Yankee Stadium. Use the ballot on MLB.com to watch video, compare stats, and vote up to 25 times.
On our way to the bottom of the third now at Comerica Park. Tigers on top of Seattle here tonight. Game 1 in the series. 2-1 is our score. And here's a guy the Tigers desperately need to get going here if they want to crank up this offense. Curtis Granderson is now 5 for his last 38, and his average at 230. And who'd have thunk this, Rod, when you consider the start that he got off to coming off the disabled list?
Well, he was so good at hitting that inside fastball when he first came back that opposing pitchers, they tried something else, which was the breaking balls and change ups and elevated fastballs away from him, and he hasn't made that adjustment yet. He worked early today with Lloyd McClendon, and they feel like they're on to something. Lloyd told me before the game today that Granderson basically lost his balance. He's not using his legs anymore.
In the air to right field, hit pretty well, but not deep enough.
And balance is very important when swinging a baseball bat. You've got to have strong legs. You have to have good leverage.
Well, how do you lose your balance? I mean, aside from maybe a leg injury or a back injury, and he seems to be certainly fully healthy.
Well, he lost his balance because pitchers kept throwing him that soft stuff away. And instead of allowing the ball to get deep enough in the strike zone so he could create the bat angle, which would allow him to drive the ball the other way, he started diving out there with his body. And when you dive out there with your body, you're going to lose your balance.
And we have seen the results. And hopefully that will be corrected. Curtis 0 for 2 tonight. Polanco has a base hit. He's 1 for 1.
A perfect example of a guy allowing the ball to travel and hitting the ball the other way is what Polanco did his first time up when he singled to right field.
That's in the air to center, right center. Ichiro cruising back. And there are 2 outs.
Hey fans, see the Tigers battle the White Sox June 10th through the 12th. On Tuesday, June 10th, the first 10,000 fans receive a Vote Tigers 08 t-shirt. For tickets, call 866-66-TIGER or visit tigers.com. A Vote Tigers t-shirt giveaway.
All-Star game this year at Yankee Stadium. Jim Leland will be one of the coaches.
And was honored by that selection by Terry Francona, the manager of the Boston Red Sox.
Sheffield got under that one again. He popped it straight up. Betancourt to the grass, and the Tigers go 1-2-3. So we played 3 here at Comerica Park. Tigers still up by 1.
Voting is now open for the 2008 All-Star Game at Yankee Stadium. Use the ballot on MLB.com to watch video, compare stats, and vote up to 25 times.
Every fan's dream is a front row seat. With Nissan live sets on Yahoo Music, everyone's a VIP.
A lot of people ask us, do you feel pressure to stay successful and this and that? And I don't think any of us have really ever indulged that external pressure at all. I think that we challenge each other and we want to continually get better as a band.
Experience Nissan live sets with artists like Incubus, Christina Aguilera, Beck, and more. Only on Yahoo Music. See you at the show. With Nissan live sets on Yahoo Music, everyone's a VIP.
A lot of people ask us, do you feel pressure to stay successful and this and that? And I don't think any of us have really ever indulged that external pressure at all.
Experience Nissan live sets only on Yahoo Music. See you at the show.
The Aflac Duck and the Aflac Trivia question tonight. Which Major League franchise has thrown the most no-hitters? Of course, we had one in the big leagues last night, and that was courtesy of Mr. John Lester.
Did you know he was 20 of 29 in first pitch strikes last night?
Ooh, I did not.
Unbelievable. 20 of 29 in first pitch strikes.
That'll get her done.
4 of the last 6 no-hitters that have been thrown in the American League have been thrown by Boston Red Sox pitching.
Really?
Hideo Nomo, Derek Lowe.
Chopped a third foul.
Buck Holtz.
Oh, that's right, and Lester.
And then that kid Lester last night.
And Veritek caught them all, if I'm not mistaken.
He caught all 4. He's caught more than anybody.
Lopez leads it off, and then Ibanez and Vidro in the Seattle fourth. 2-1 Tigers lead. Verlander throughout his career, albeit still very early in his career, is used to getting a lot of offensive support. Hasn't been the case this year. The chopper hit to third. Guillen throws him out. It's picked by Cabrera, 1 away.
And Cabrera starting to look a little bit more comfortable over at first base on certain plays. Actually looked real smooth on this one, picking this one out of the dirt. And Guillen wastes very little time getting the ball to the throwing hand. It's on its way to first base. And Cabrera just kind of nice and easy, reaches out, nice little pick out the dirt.
It seemed like his main issue was his footwork, which has become a little bit more smooth. Strike 1 on Raul Ibanez. A strikeout victim of Verlander's back in the first inning. Swing and a miss. Good breaking ball. 0-2. Justin gave up the home run to Beltre in the first inning. He has scattered just a couple of hits.
Verlander 8 of 13 in first pitch strikes so far in this ball game tonight. And when you're doing that with the kind of stuff that he has and you're locating it where he's been locating most of his pitches, you're going to have success. And he's been really good against Seattle in his career. Seattle has not beaten him.
He was pretty dominant against Kansas City.
Yes, he was.
And even though he lost against the Royals in his last start, he was still very good against them.
Yeah, he was 6-0 going into that loss 5 days ago.
Chopped to the right side. To the grass goes Polanco to throw him out. And there are 2 gone to the ground ball out.
Take a look at the angle that Polanco takes here to get to this ball. And he's going to go toward right field to cut it off. He can't come straight across because he'd never get there. So he goes toward right field in this direction to get to the baseball, and that's how he runs it down. Nice little pirouette, too.
Jose Vidro with 2 away. Verlander has set down 10 of the last 11. The 0-1 pitch popped up, back out of play. Verlander has a nice rhythm going right now, and we have talked in the past about how there are times when he will have a rhythm that is a little bit too quick, but he's working at a nice easy pace in this one. The 0-2 pitch, breaking ball, a little bit low and inside. 1-2. Justin's only win this year was over Texas, a 10-2 Tigers victory back on April 22nd.
Vidro hitting just 205 this year. He's much better than that. It seemed like every time he came to the plate last year against the Tigers, he was getting 2-3 hits a game.
Vidro really has built his career on being a very good hitter. Lifetime .302 in the big leagues.
Hit .375 against Tiger pitching last year.
Got him. Off speed pitch. He went fishing in a 1-2-3 innings. 4 Verlander strikeouts.
Voting is now open for the 2008 All-Star Game at Yankee Stadium. Use the ballot on MLB.com to watch video, compare stats, and vote up to 25 times.
With Nissan Live Sets on Yahoo Music, everyone's a VIP.
A lot of people ask us, do you feel pressure to stay successful and this and that? And I don't think any of us have really ever indulged that external pressure at all.
Experience Nissan Live Sets only on Yahoo Music. See you at the show. With Nissan Live Sets on Yahoo Music, everyone's a VIP.
It means so much to me whenever I get on a stage and feel.
Tigers lead at 2-1 as we head to the bottom of the fourth. Silva brings it home, and it's bounced back up the middle. Diving try by the shortstop Betancourt, unable to get it. And it'll go as an infield hit for Maglio. Leadoff man is on.
And Betancourt's an outstanding defender. And if he's able to glove this ball, he's got a real good chance of throwing Maglio out because he's got a plus arm from the shortstop position. Real solid defender. They've got a really nice left side to their infield with Betancourt and Beltre.
Runner goes, and it's bounced through the hole into left. Cabrera has another hit, and the Tigers with something going here in the fourth inning.
Don't know for sure if this is a hit and run or not, but Betancourt's going to break in this direction, and then Cabrera finds the hole right where the vacated shortstop was. If it was a hit and run, it's one that we will not see very often with that combination of Ordonez and Cabrera.
Very true. But it worked that time, and the Tigers at least have runners at first and second, nobody out, and Carlos Guillen, who singled in a run back in the second. Guillen now with 19 RBIs. Silva in some trouble here in the fourth.
Of course, they're playing double play depth up the middle with Lopez and Betancourt. Beltre playing even with the bag at third base, but Carlos is not going to bunt. But Beltre could give himself a little bit more room at third base. He could back up a little bit more to give himself more room at that position, just in case Carlos slices one down in that area.
Tigers now have 6 hits on the board. They went down in order in the third, but they have a couple of hits here in the fourth. In the air foul down the left field line.
A couple of springs ago, Silva, Maglio, Cabrera, and Carlos Guillen, they all played for Venezuela in the World Baseball Classics. I think they're going to have that again next spring.
Is it coming up next year?
I think it's coming up next year.
You know, I wasn't really sure about that tournament, but boy, was it fun to watch.
It was. There was a lot of talent on the field.
The only problem is the effect that it has on spring training. At least the perceived problems.
I think it affected pitchers more than it did position players. And Silva was one guy that it affected because he's one of those guys that really wasn't a frontline starter on the Venezuela team.
So he kind of sat around.
He sat around a lot and didn't get his innings up while playing for Minnesota. And then once he got back to spring training with Ron Gardenhire, he was well behind the other starters.
Little chopper hit slowly toward first. Sexton thought about it. They'll get the out. Runners move up. 3 unassisted. Here's the Aflac trivia question again this evening. Which Major League franchise has thrown the most no-hitters? And the Duck says the Brooklyn/LA Dodgers. 20 no-hitters.
20 of them.
Oh my goodness. Red Sox are second, followed by the White Sox. Indians, Braves, and Reds also on that list. 20. It's the veritable boatload as Matt Joyce stands in with a chance to drive in a couple. Joyce 0 for 1 with a ground out.
And most of the Tigers hitters are very aggressive on first pitches from Silva, and because he's always around the plate, does not walk a lot of hitters. In 2 of his last 3 starts, Silva did not walk anybody.
When you talk about innings pitched, Silva has been among the league leaders in that over the last few years, and I guess when you avoid walks, that will keep you around ball games a lot longer.
And he also has very, very good command, and he doesn't strike out a lot of people, but he's very good at throwing to the hitter's weaknesses, and the hitters do put the ball in play, but they don't do a lot of damage against him because he's pitching to their weakness constantly.
Good block by Jojima at home plate, 1-2.
If you're Joyce in this situation, you have to do whatever possible to drive in another run here. Now they're conceding the run up the middle, a ground ball to the shortstop or the second baseman. It would get Maglio home. You want to stay away from third. You want to stay away from first. And of course, you want to stay away from the pitcher as well.
Inside. And now Joyce has run the count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes after falling behind 0-2. Edgar Renteria waiting his turn on deck. Leadoff singles by Ordonez and Cabrera started the inning. Checked it down low.
He has done a nice job of laying off those changeups from Silva. Very nice job.
Three and 2. Silva signed by Seattle as a free agent. They signed him to a 4-year deal last December after finishing 13-14 last year with an ERA of better than 4.
He got a lot of Benjamins too
for a sub 500 season. I think he was over 40 million in that 4-year deal. Again, the 3-2. He lost in ball 4. Nice at bat by Matt Joyce. That is going to load the bases. Well, after the final pitch, stay tuned for Tigers Live with exclusive post-game reaction from manager Jim Leyland. A look back at all the highlights and a preview of the upcoming action in this series. Tigers Live presented by your local Dodge, Chrysler, and Jeep dealers immediately after the game here on FSN Detroit. Silva has just issued his first walk. And here is Edgar Renteria. 5 grand slams in his back pocket. In the air to center field. Ichiro not going to get it. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. This will score 3 runs. Renteria is on his way to third. And he will pull in with a triple. Ichiro is playing shallow and to the right and couldn't backtrack in time.
Very good at bat by Joyce. And Silva was not going to give in to Joyce. He wanted to set up the double play ball, and he simply walked Joyce to get to Renteria. And Renteria has been outstanding in his career, hitting with runners in scoring position. He came in a .299 batter. You talked about Ichiro playing shallow, and Ichiro did not play all that shallow last year, his first tour of duty in center field for Seattle. He's a right fielder by trade, and even with his speed, he couldn't run that one down.
And for a split second, because it rolled all the way to the wall, you thought maybe inside the park home run. But Ichiro ran that one down as quickly as he could and held him to a triple, and the Tigers lead 5-1. Four RBIs for Renteria tonight. Little chopper hit to the shortstop with the infield in. This will not score the run. So Edgar has to hold at third base.
it's nice when you can get 4 RBIs out of your 8th slot in your batting order, but Renteria is really not a number 8 hitter. Not on most teams in the big league, but on the Tigers team, yes.
Here is Granderson with the infield back now, and Curtis looks at a strike. Couple of fly balls tonight for Granderson. Slaps this one back out of play, 0-2. So the Tigers offense comes alive tonight. 5 runs in the first 4 innings. They have 7 hits. That guy right there doing most of the damage with 4 RBIs.
You know, you got to give the skipper a little credit. He put the hit and run on with Maglio and Cabrera. Well, it appeared that it was a hit and run. We think it was a hit and run. And because Silva does throw some ground balls, he did not want him to hit into a double play there. And Cabrera found a hole, and they had a couple of runners on. Sometimes it's the moves that you do preceding the big hit that kind of get lost in the shuffle.
And as you also mentioned, the walk to Matt Joyce, which set that up. That's down the left field line. That is down a base hit. Score another run. Granderson on his way to second. He'll pull in with a double.
Well, we told you that Granderson was out working hard today. Early batting practice with Lloyd McClendon, and that's exactly what he was working on. Allowing the ball to get deep enough in the strike zone so that the bat creates the angle to drive the ball the other way. Very good balance here. Take a look at where he makes contact here. He allows that ball to get deep. He almost takes it out of the glove of Kenji Jojima, the catcher, and slices the ball perfectly down into the left field corner, excuse me. Very good swing there by Curtis.
13 RBIs this year now for Curtis Granderson, and Silva gets a visit to the mound. That is the 8th Tigers hit.
That is the same exact pitch, Mario, that Curtis has been popping up for 2 weeks now.
Yeah. Good point. That one was on a line to left for his 13th RBI. Granderson feeling a little bit better about himself after that at bat.
Look at how deep this ball gets in the strike zone. We talked about the balance with the legs. He's not out in front. He's got his backside right underneath him. Very good.
Here's Polanco with 2 outs. Right back up the middle. It's through, a base hit. Granderson rounding third. They'll send him home. Ichiro's throw is not in time. Granderson scores and give Polanco his 2nd hit.
What a throw by Ichiro. John McLaren, the manager for Seattle, is not convinced that Granderson was safe. He's talking to Alfonso Marquez now, the home plate umpire. We talked about all of Ichiro's tools before the game, and this is one of them. Fearless thrower. Great thrower. Great call by Alfonso Marquez as well.
Great slide.
Great slide. Great
Safe.
call. Absolutely. Never touched him.
Polanco gets his 14th RBI. It's 7-1 in favor of the Tigers, and here's the 9th man to bat in the inning, Sheffield.
Jojima was blocking the plate, but then he moved his foot. If he didn't move that left foot, there would have been no way that Granderson would have been able to get there.
Ball down low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, on the road trip, the Tigers, with runners in scoring position, were 4 for 40. Tonight, very good. 1-2. Renteria has 4 RBIs. Tigers have spread out the scoring beyond that. Granderson, Polanco, Guillen all with runs driven in. Tigers showing a lot of life tonight. 7 runs on 9 hits. Meanwhile, Verlander has given up just 2 hits and getting all the offense tonight, something that he's much more accustomed to. That's pulled to third and caught by Beltre, who struggled with it but made the play. Tigers bat around. They scored 5 times and bust this one open.
With Nissan Live Sets on Yahoo Music, everyone's a VIP.
A lot of people ask us, do you feel pressure to stay successful and this and that? And I don't think any of us have really ever indulged that external pressure at all.
Experience Nissan Live Sets only on Yahoo Music. See you at the show. With Nissan Live Sets on Yahoo Music, everyone's a VIP.
It means so much to me whenever I get on a stage and feel an audience's energy coming back at me.
Experience Nissan Live Sets only on Yahoo Music. See you at the show.
Baseball on FSN Detroit is brought to you by Dodge. Live strong, live bold, live now. Dodge, grab life. A little bit cooler tonight at game time, 61 degrees. We're holding steady at 61 in downtown Detroit. And it's been a good night. The bats have been much warmer than that. 7 runs on 9 hits. A big 5 spot for the Tigers in the 4th inning. Richie Sexton will lead it off for Seattle. Verlander back out to the hill.
You know, I like to say that sometimes when Leland goes off, he blew a mini gasket, but he blew a gasket today. And
he had no mini about it.
No, it wasn't mini. Today's gasket wasn't mini. And maybe it's something that gets him going. Who knows? He's always said that he never blows up or never says things to get his team charged up.
Well, it may have had that effect. As Sexton goes down,
he has said if you can't get up for a big league baseball game with, you know, playing in front of this crowd with, you know, all the other things that go along with being a major league player, he says I can't get you up. He's smiling. We haven't seen many of those this year.
Tigers tonight scoring the most runs they've had in their last 10 games since beating the Red Sox 10-9 here on May the 7th.
Well, on that 6-game road trip just completed, they only averaged 2 runs a game.
And we've talked about the pressure that puts on your starting pitching. Tonight, Verlander able to relax a little bit with all the offense as Jojima stares out at Verlander. Came in a little bit too close.
Jojima's like, dude, I'm only hitting 220.
Go after someone that's swinging it. 1 ball, 1 strike. The hook stayed high.
He's had a good curveball today. Changeup's been very good. Fading changeup today away from the left-handers. That curveball's had some nice bite to it.
Swing and a miss. Verlander this year has hit 7 batters, which along with Tim Wakefield leads the American League. There's a big difference though being hit by Wakefield as opposed to Verlander. Big difference.
And Verlander's on a mission tonight, so he looks good out there. He looks real good, as a matter of fact.
Here's the 3-2. Jojima is 0 for 1 ground ball back in the 2nd inning. Spent 11 seasons playing professionally in Japan before coming to the States. That one got in on his hands. He was able to fight it off. Vladimir Valentin on deck. Again, this one will find the crowd.
There's only one Vladimir.
Guerrero?
And that would be Guerrero.
.76 pitches now for Verlander. That's line to right center field. It's down. Granderson over to cut it off, and Jojima will hold with a 1-out single. Well, the final score is Sports Ultimate Nightly Highlight Show. Tonight, Pistons Celtics Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals, plus Tigers Mariners highlights. The final score tonight at 10:30 here on FSN. 1-on, 1-out for Valentin. Ball up high. That breaking ball stays high. 2-0.
Looked like Marquez, Alfonso Marquez, home plate umpire, looked like he flinched. Looked like he wanted to call it a strike.
That one's a strike. Verlander has fanned 5 in this game, and prior to that single by Jojima, he had retired 12 of 13. That's popped up. Don't know if it'll stay in play. I doubt it. And it's back out of play, a couple of rows deep. Pudge ran out of real estate.
Pudge caught all 3 games in Arizona. Even caught the day game on Sunday after the night game.
I think Leland probably felt with the Monday off, he could give him that opportunity. He could rest yesterday. Back in there tonight. Swing and a miss. He chased one that time. 6 Verlander strikeouts.
And not the best breaking ball that he has thrown tonight, but good enough for the strikeout. That one was up and elevated with very little bite to it.
Here's Betancourt. Verlander's fastball has been at about 94 tonight, as that last one was. Verlander's 6 strikeouts, by the way, equals his season high. He struck out 6 Royals in his first start. And that's the most he's had all year.
Well, he's getting ready to get number 7 here. He can go after Betancourt a couple of different ways. He's a free swinger, especially when you get ahead of him. You can elevate the ball here and see if he'll swing at the fastball up, or you can simply go right back downstairs with another good breaking ball.
Knocked down by Verlander. And that is that for Seattle. They get a 1-out single. Strand a man. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th.
With Nissan Live Sets on Yahoo Music, everyone's a VIP.
It means so much to me whenever I get on a stage and feel an audience's energy coming back at me.
Experience Nissan Live Sets only on Yahoo Music. See you at the show.
Mike Schmidt, April 18th, 1987, 500. Ernie Banks, May 12th, 1970, 500. Harmon Killebrew, August 10th, 1971, 500. Willie McCovey, June 30th, 1978, 500. Manny Ramirez.
Hey, this is Victor Martinez.
Hey, this is AJ Burnett.
All my games are live and on demand on MLB.tv.
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 Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching. Willie Mays, September 22nd, 1969, 600. Babe Ruth, August 21st, 1931, 600. Hank Aaron, April 27th, 1971, 600.
Ken Griffey Jr., keep watching.
Let's get this thing started. Yeah. It's a new generation, so pass the mic. Pepsi can't left me, better pass it right. I ain't tripping, we independent. We out the trunk, dog, and let me pass this mic. We gotta get it on.
Get on the mic with Mic Pass, only at Pepsi Smash on Yahoo Music.
All Tigers in this one. And hey, fans, visit the official online shop of the Detroit Tigers at tigers.com. Browse the largest selection of authentic team gear, clubhouse caps and t-shirts, jerseys, collectibles, and more. Get your team gear from the source. Shop at tigers.com.
It's going to be it for Carlos Silva. He is done for the night. And here are his numbers.
In the last 3 starts for Silva here in this ballpark, he was very good. He was 3-0 against Tigers hitters, but not tonight.
We have a Wallside Windows pitching change. Chow Sung Beck is on now for Seattle.
And 9th game that he has been in. He's got an earned run average just a tad over 5. 25 innings, 14 strikeouts, 13 walks. The league hitting .220 against him.
And Beck will face Ordonez, Cabrera, and Guillen, the same 3 that started the 4th inning. The Tigers hit around, sending 9 men to the plate in the 4th. Chasing Silva out of this game. Here's Ordonez. Two 2-0. Ordonez a single and a fly ball. He has also scored a run. Beck is a native of Korea. Slow, deliberate delivery to the plate. Two and one. Parts of the last 3 years in the big leagues. That's hammered to left. It's on a line. Is it up and up? It is. It's gone. A line drive home run for Maglio Ordonez. Seventh of the year. Tigers pouring it on now.
That ball was right at the top of the strike zone, and Maglio put a real good swing on it. He's having a good year.
Well, the 7 home runs ties him now with Cabrera for the team lead. 2 more hits tonight for Mags. Cabrera's had 2 hits, single and a double.
And Beck better get that fastball down, or he's going to get hurt once again. Especially with the count now that Cabrera is sitting in. 2 balls and no strikes.
In the shallow center, Ichiro can't get it. It's a 3-for-3 night for Miguel Cabrera.
Let's take a look at Maglio's home run swing in Exmo.
Tigers have 11 hits on the scoreboard. Here is Guillen. Fastball is up 1-0. So he continues to be high with that fastball. Only 3 hits tonight for Seattle. Fouled away. Seattle's bullpen hasn't been too bad this year. Their team ERA from their relievers 3.82.
Mel Stottlemyre, in the first year as the pitching coach in Seattle. Of course, he spent a number of years sitting alongside Joe Torre in New York.
He's going to get to the backstop, move the runner up, and a wild pitch.
Last 6 years, he's been with the Mariners in different capacities. Last year, the roving pitching coach was Stottlemyre.
It is odd not to see him in a Yankees uniform.
He and Joe Torre were a very nice tandem with one another.
Played for the Yankees for 11 years.
His son Todd was some kind of competitor.
The 2-1. Talking about their bullpen overall this year, but really they have shown much of the improvements since late April, where it's been at 2.31. But the Tigers greeting Beck here with a homer and a single. And an 8-1 Detroit lead. Of course, the big inning was the 5-run fourth. The Tigers batted around in that frame. It's popped up. Back is short. Betancourt hauls it in. 1 gone. Well, join us again tomorrow for the middle game in this series against Seattle. Coverage begins at 6:30 with Tigers Live pregame. It's presented by Carrabba's Italian Grill. Tigers and Mariners tomorrow night on FSN Detroit and also on high def on FSN HD. And here's what's awaiting for the next 2 nights.
And Washburn and also Miguel Batista. And Kenny Rogers and Bondo going in the next couple of days here. Thursday, 1 o'clock matinee. I like those Thursday day games.
Getaway days. It's nice to come to the ballpark early and have your evening free. Matt Joyce, the batter. Did you like playing day games?
Yes, for that very reason you just mentioned. You get a night off to go home and have dinner with your family, which is rare during the regular season. In the summertime, you could put a couple of ribeyes on the old grill.
And do it up.
Yeah.
The 0-2 is way high.
I'm sure in your case, you might even get a chance to go watch your boy play if he's still playing this week.
I can actually.
See there?
So that really does help.
Take the missus to dinner.
See, getting in my wallet now.
Well.
The 1-2 is inside. 2-2 on Joyce. Beck has really struggled with his command and has really kind of been all over the place. Tigers have a run in. They have Cabrera at second. Little pop up, shallow center field, and Betancourt with great range is going to double up Cabrera. He went a long way to get that ball. Cabrera just took off for third, and he's doubled off. But the Tigers get a run. Maglio goes deep.
With Nissan Live Sets on Yahoo Music, everyone's a VIP.
A lot of people ask us, do you feel pressure to stay successful and this and that? And I don't think any of us have really ever indulged that external pressure at all.
Experience Nissan live sets only on Yahoo Music. See you at the show. With Nissan live sets on Yahoo Music, everyone's a VIP.
It means so much to me whenever I get on a stage and feel an audience's energy coming back at me.
Experience Nissan live sets only on Yahoo Music. See you at the show.
Hey, this is Victor Martinez.
Hey, this is AJ Burnett.
All my games are live and on demand on MLB.tv.
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 MLB.
Hey, the word is out and the Wings are into the Stanley Cup Finals. Now it's time for you to get into Detroit Red Wings playoff action. Stanley Cup final tickets are on sale now at 248-645-6666 or online at DetroitRedWings.com. Are you in? How about last night? Henrik Zetterberg with a breakaway goal, a shorthanded breakaway goal. Nick Lidstrom getting the trophy at the end and back in the Stanley Cup Finals again where the Wings belong. Verlander back to work here as we go to the 6th inning. Ichiro, Beltre, and Lopez. Ichiro a single and a walk. That was the Clarence Campbell Trophy, by the way. Fouled straight back. 2-1. We're talking about Ichiro in his last at bat and how many infield hits he had. Last year he had 238 total hits. Of those, 53 of them were infield hits.
That's why the infielders play in a couple of steps closer than they normally would. Edgar Renteria in about 3 steps in front of the cut of the grass. Ichiro is just fun to watch. Those 238 hits he had last year, they led the major leagues. And if my memory serves me correctly, he got off to a slow start last year.
Yeah, he sure did. But the month of May has always been very good for Ichiro. Slaps that one to Renteria. Oh, he's safe.
Speaking of infield hits, there you go.
Wow. Right on cue.
99.9% of the time at this level on a ground ball to the shortstop that's hit firm, the hitter is out. But not Ichiro. He can just really run. And there was nothing that Renteria could do there.
There you go. You see the month of May, 367.
The only month he really doesn't like is April, and he's hitting 294 in that month, which is real good by most standards.
Ball outside to Beltre.
That was a perfect example of what you were talking about. 53 infield hits last year for Ichiro. Just about every other player in the major leagues. That is a routine out to the shortstop. I don't really care what side of the plate you're running from.
That is the 8th this year for Ichiro. And Renteria played that one as quickly as he possibly could. Had him backing out of the batter's box, but it's inside to Beltre. 2-1. Verlander has 6 strikeouts, equaling a season high. Lifted in the air toward left. At Joyce. Ichiro retreats. One gone. It's going to bring up Jose Lopez. A little bit cloudy and remains a little bit cloudy here at the ballpark, but the temperature holding steady at 61. Pleasant night. And the Tigers finding a way to start this homestand, swinging the bats. They lead 8-1. Verlander with a quick move.
You can't fall asleep on first base with Verlander on the mound.
Lopez 0 for 2. It's popped up. Shallow right field. Ordonez sprinting in. 2 outs. That leaves it up to Raul Ibanez. Confab on the hill here. Ibanez is 0 for 2, strikeout, ground out. Tigers tonight have out hit Seattle 11-4. This is the offense that many were waiting for. They have shown up tonight. Change up in there for a strike. 0-1.
A real good pitch. When you know a guy is looking for a fastball in the very first pitch, if you can drop a change up on him at about 78-80 miles an hour, most hitters will not swing at it.
Runner goes. Pudge can't grab the baseball, and no throw and a stolen base for Ichiro, his 21st.
And Pudge rushed that time, therefore not a clean exchange. Good ball to throw. Flipped the ball up and just did not grab it. Ichiro with another real good jump. That is his 21st steal of the year. We're starting to see a little bit more of that this year. And really it started last year. A lot of teams are starting to run a little bit more than they have in the past. The team's not relying on the 3-run home run as much as they have relied on it.
So you're seeing some of these offenses change?
Yes, indeed. I think so. Some hit and runs, some sacrificing.
1-2. Well, Mr. Verlander has reached the century mark.
And when you pile up a few strikeouts, that's exactly what you're going to do to your pitch count. It's going to be elevated. Verlander has 6 strikeouts in this game.
By the way, this is the first at bat for Seattle with a man in scoring position. Tigers, meanwhile, have had 8 at bats, and they've been successful 5 times, 5 of 8 with runners in scoring position tonight. That's why they lead 8-1. Fouled away.
What's Comcast telling us about the pitch speed ranges of Verlander in this ball game? And throwing 95 with the fastball back in the first, 93 of a high this inning, and pretty consistent with his changeup or his breaking ball in the 80 range.
Trying to put away Ibanez. He is one of his 6 strikeout victims. Wouldn't chase that breaking ball in the dirt, and now it goes full at 3-2. Jose Vidro waiting on deck. Tigers played Seattle 10 times last year, and they won 6 of the 10.
We make a couple of trips out to the Pacific Northwest this year.
He got him looking. Strike 3. Ibanez is caught. Strikeout number 7, a season high for Verlander.
Nice change piece.
Let's get this thing started. Yeah. It's a new generation, so pass the mic. Pepsi can't left me, better pass it right. I ain't tripping, we independent. We out the trunk, dog, and let me pass this mic. We gotta get it on.
Get on the mic with Mic Pass, only at Pepsi Smash on Yahoo Music.
Voting is now open for the 2008 All-Star Game at Yankee Stadium. Use the ballot on MLB.com to watch video, compare stats, and vote up to 25 times.
Even when you can't watch your favorite team, you can know what's happening with MLB.com's mobile team alerts, now including video alerts for your video-enabled phone. You'll get video highlights minutes after they happen. Text messages on home runs, lead changes, and more. Everything you need to stay informed throughout the season for just $3.99 per month. Sign up now and pick your favorite team. Text MLB to 65246. For complete details, go to MLB.com/mobile.
With
tonight, in their first game back here at home, as they have beaten up on the Seattle Mariners so far. And welcome back to Coors Light 6th inning. Now it's time for the Coors Light Freeze Can. Go back to that big 5-run fourth. Granderson with a beauty of a slide, scoring on a Polanco single. That was the Frost Brewed Coors Light Freeze Can. Well, it's been a good night tonight for the Tigers, really, both in terms of offense and in pitching, Rod, when you consider Justin Verlander's looked very good tonight, but maybe more importantly, they gave him a little bit of breathing room this evening.
Well, that's exactly what you need if you're Verlander. Verlander only gave up 2 runs his last time out against the Kansas City Royals. Didn't get a win in that ball game. Plenty of run support tonight. Meanwhile, Tigers hitters, very good game plan tonight against Silva. Silva always around the plate. Tigers are very aggressive on some of the pitches they got to hit, and they didn't miss him.
May not have missed this one either. Deep drive into left center field, and that ball is gone.
5 RBIs tonight for Edgar Renteria out of the number 8 slot for the Tigers. And we talked about it when Beck came into this ball game. If he didn't get that fastball down, he was going to get hurt. This fastball had to be up around the neck of Renteria.
4th home run of the year and a 5 RBI night.
Boy, did he get on top of that one with some real strong top hand.
Second Tigers homer of the night. The other belongs to Ordonez, and the Tigers really pouring it on now. It's 9-1. It also ties a career high for Renteria. That's hit the other way, and it's through. Pudge has a base hit. A single for Pudge Rodriguez. It's 13 Tigers hits. It's going to bring up the top of the order, Curtis Granderson.
Real positive at bat for Curtis. Last time he was up with 2 outs. Got something up away from him. Hit the ball down to the left field corner. If he does a lot more of that, then we'll see Curtis's batting average start to climb.
In the air, deep into right. Balancing back. It's off the top of the wall and over and gone. Curtis Granderson with a 2-run shot.
Well, we told you earlier today, Curtis was out taking lots of extra batting practice. And the crowd here at Comerica loves it.
They have absolutely busted out of it tonight.
that was something that looked like a fastball, but it was sort of on the outside or on the latter third of the plate. And Curtis showed some power.
For Granderson, home run number 6. Well, Jim Leland has to be loving this tonight. 11 runs on 14 hits. Polanco drills one deep to left center field, way back, and that ball goes over the wall and into the shrubbery. A double for Polanco, his 3rd hit tonight.
They're beating up on Beck like he stole something.
It has been batting practice tonight for the Tigers.
All John McLaren can do is shake his head. They're jumping all over these fastballs that he is throwing. Ichiro playing real shallow, and any other ballpark in the majors. And Polanco's got his 3rd home run of the year.
15 Tigers hits, 9 doubles this year now for Polanco. Tigers have opened up a can tonight on Seattle. They've out hit them 15-4.
Can of what?
You know. You know. Stadelmeyer, what more can he say? There is activity in their bullpen. Mark Lowe is tuning up. 11-1 Detroit. Xiao Sun Beck has gotten hammered tonight. He gave up a home run and a single in the 5th. 2 homers, a single and a double here in the 6th inning. That's on the ground right to the 3rd baseman Beltre. The runner will hold, and that's the 1st out of the inning. That home run, by the way, from Granderson, a 2-run shot, snapped a string of 23 consecutive solo homers, which was a club record. His last 23 had been solos. Of course, a lot of those were leadoff shots. It's kind of amazing.
That really is amazing.
Maglio hits it on the ground to 3rd. And Beltre will throw him out. 2 gone. That will leave it up to Cabrera. Three for 3 for Miguel Cabrera. The average up to 284. Ball low, 1-0. Seattle, like the Tigers, had come into this one struggling for the most part this year. They had won their last 2. This is the start of a 6-game trip for them. They'll be heading to New York after Detroit.
That New York team is scuffling too. They're getting beat 10-0 at home against Baltimore.
Mike Messina started that game, did not survive the 1st inning. They scored 7 on the Yankees in the 1st.
I think they were due to get A-Rod back, though. Can A-Rod pitch?
I don't think so. He can do a few things. Pitching is probably not one of them. A-Rod is back, apparently. 0 for 2 tonight. 3-1. Double, single, single for Cabrera. 2 runs scored. He's hit safely now in 8 of his last 9. Trying to pick up Polanco with 2 outs in the 6th. Breaking pitches in on 3-1 to make it 3-2. a lot of good signs tonight. Maybe the biggest one is Granderson busting out a little bit, because he really does make this offense go. In the air to right field. Ballantine is there to retire the side. Tigers add a few more, 3 to be exact. Couple of home runs. Renteria goes deep. Then Granderson. And it's 11-1.
With Nissan Live Sets on Yahoo Music, everyone's a VIP.
It means so much to me whenever I get on a stage and feel an audience's energy coming back at me.
Experience Nissan Live Sets only on Yahoo Music. See you at the show.
Welcome to the new and improved MLB.com. Experience the game like never before with MLB.com's Game Day. Real-time pitch type and in-game video highlights moments after they happen. Have those same highlights sent straight to your video-enabled phone with MLB.com's mobile team alert. And if you can't get to the game, watch every out-of-market game this season live with high-quality streaming video exclusively on MLB.tv. Only on MLB.com, where baseball is always on. Hey, this is Victor Martinez.
Hey, this is AJ Burnett.
All my games are live and on demand on MLB.tv.
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 Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching. Mike Schmidt, April 18th, 1987, 500. Ernie Banks, May 12th, 1970, 500. Harmon Killebrew, August 10th, 1971, 500. Willie McCovey, June 30th, 1978, 500. Manny Ramirez.
Let's get this thing started. Yeah. It's a new generation, so pass the mic. Pepsi King left me.
At Comerica Bank, we believe in you. We believe in your family. We believe in your business. We believe in your future, and we want to prove it. Visit any Comerica banking center or Comerica.com. Here is our Comerica game summary with the Tigers on top comfortably tonight, 11-1. Granderson, big night, 2 for 4 with a homer and 3 ribbies. It'll be Renteria next in line, 3 for 3 with 5 RBIs. And then Verlander, a season high 7 strikeouts in 6 innings, just 1 run.
Well, Verlander got ahead of most of the Seattle Mariners that he went up against today. And when you're doing that, you're going to be much better. You're going to get a lot of strikeouts. We're going to make this our bell tired pitch by pitch. And it's the 7 strikeouts of Verlander, majority of those coming on the breaking ball. But that was only after establishing the fastball very early in this game. Outstanding outing by Justin.
And he will give way to Aquilino Lopez as we head to the 7th. Here are the numbers on Mr. Lopez.
19 strikeouts for Lopez in 25 1/3 innings so far this year. But more importantly, just 1 walk. He throws a lot of strikes.
Key Stanford guy coming out of the bullpen. Jose Vidro leads it on. Vidro, Sexton, and Jojima. And that misses. 2 balls, no strikes the count. Verlander goes 6, gives way to Lopez, and the Tigers lead 11-1. And we know this. Jim Leland often says there haven't been too many games this year where I've really felt comfortable in the dugout knowing that we had a pretty good chance to win. I think he's probably feeling pretty good right now as we get to the 7th, up 10 runs.
Well, he should.
The 3-1 pitch on the ground to the right side. Polanco.
Hey fans, see the Tigers tangle with the White Sox June 10th through 12th. Wednesday, June 11th is 70s night with the first 7,500 fans receiving a Tigers retro 70s t-shirt. For tickets, call 866-66-TIGER or visit tigers.com.
Is that 70s night right there?
It could be. They're all decked out.
Now, would you wear something like that?
Never.
How about if I gave you $1?
How about $100?
You still wouldn't do it.
One of those Benjamin. Yeah, you're right. I wouldn't even do it for $100.
You would not even do it. Don't even say you would. Look at that.
I've got an image to uphold.
That's right. Here's a drive to the gap in right center field. Ball hit well. Maglio on the run, not going to get it. All the way to the wall, and Sexton has extra bases. He'll pull in with a double.
He really doesn't even take a full swing. And he stands 6 feet 7 inches, and if you throw him something at the bottom of the strike zone, he takes about a 3/4 swing without a follow through, and he could generate some power. The Big Sexy, they called him in the Pacific Northwest. Take a look at the swing. He doesn't even finish it.
Now Kenji Jojima. Strike one on Jojima. That is just the 5th hit of the night, by the way, for Seattle. They got a run in the first and the home run by Beltre, and Verlander kept them off the board the rest of the way. Breaking ball is in there, 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Checked his swing and rolled it toward first base. Cabrera tags the bag, runner advances, and there are 2 outs. Here is Vladimir Ballantyne. Fly ball and a strikeout for Ballantyne tonight. Both of those at bats against the starter Verlander. Wave and a miss, 0-1. Swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes on Ballantyne. That has been the pitch that Lopez has used with a lot of success this year out of the pen.
He's got a good slider. And he throws at a few different speeds as well. Different speeds, different breaks, different arm slots.
Oh, 0-2. Ooh, they're doing the wave. The 0-2 pitch. I was never really a big fan of the wave. How about you?
Not even when it was real popular?
And I just never liked it. I never wanted to stand up, and then of course if the wave came in your section when something was going on, not good. Here it comes. Now see, now he's not even standing up.
Yeah, that's a weak effort.
He's got his tiger claw, but that's only halfway done there. 1-2.
They're having fun, though. And it's good to see them having some fun here at Comerica Park.
Well, it was a rough road trip. It was a rough last homestand. But off to a great start here tonight. 2-2 on Ballantyne. Lopez came on, gave up a 1-out double to Sexton. Jojima has just rolled out. Tried to check it. And he did. 3-2. Speaking of the crowd doing the wave tonight, 39,463. That is your attendance. Good crowd on a Tuesday night. And the 3-2 pitch. Just missed the outside corner. So a walk for Ballantyne.
Only the second walk that Lopez has issued this year. And he was ahead of Ballantine 0-2.
Ballantine doing a good job of laying off that slider, coaxing the walk, and now the number 9 hitter, Unieski Betancourt, with runners at first and third. Fouled away 0-1. Betancourt is a native of Cuba, was a professional in Cuba. In fact, was the shortstop on the Cuban national team, and then defected, fleeing Cuba and signing with Seattle in 2005. He can play some shortstop.
They say there's a Gold Glove in his future.
Down the right field line, Maglio will run out of real estate.
Those that get a chance to watch Betancourt play every single night. He's got some real good range, and he's got a terrific throwing arm. A lot of times those Gold Glove awards go hand in hand with a very productive offensive season. Derek Jeter has had a stranglehold on the Gold Glove the last 3 years in the AL.
Well, this has not been a very productive offensive season to this point for Betancourt. He knocked in 67 last year. Hit a solid 289. On the ground and through, it's a base hit, and Betancourt gets an RBI. Sexton will score, and it's 11-2.
Lopez hung a breaking ball there to Betancourt.
'15th RBI for Unieski. Top of the order now, Ichiro. With Maglio winning the batting title last year, Ichiro finished second to Mags. Ichiro hit .351 last season, which most years is probably good enough to win that award. But it just all came together last year for Ordonez. The 0-1 pitch. On the outside corner, 0-2.
Since he came to the major leagues, no one has had more hits than Ichiro.
There's another hit. They're going to hold the runner up at third base. Now they're going to send him home. It got by Joyce. They were ready to hold him up. It'll go as a base hit and an error on Joyce.
It's a nice job by the third base coach, Eddie Rodriguez. There's Eddie. This ball just sliced into left field, and Joyce really came up and was trying to throw the runner out at home and came up empty. He held him up and then saw the ball got away from Joyce, and he had to restart. Ballantine.
So it's 11-3.
How about that ball that Ichiro hit, though, off his shoe tops?
Just served it out there like a tennis shot out to left field. And Ichiro has 3 hits tonight. He's been on base every time. He's also walked. That's in the air to right center field. On the run is Granderson to retire the side. Seattle gets a couple back. We'll go to the stretch here at Comerica Park.
With Nissan Live Sets on Yahoo Music, everyone's a VIP.
It means so much to me whenever I get on a stage and feel an audience's energy coming back at me.
Experience Nissan Live Sets only on Yahoo Music. See you at the show. Every fan's dream is a front row seat. With Nissan Live Sets on Yahoo Music, everyone's a VIP.
It means so much to me whenever I get on a stage and feel an audience's energy coming back at me and feeling that love, because that's what I love to give, is 150% of my energy and sharing what I love to do so passionately.
Experience Nissan live sets with artists like Christina Aguilera, Incubus, Beck, and more. Only on Yahoo Music. See you at the show.
Hey, this is Victor Martinez. Hey, this is AJ Burnett.
All my games are live and on demand on MLB.tv.
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 Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Welcome to the new and improved MLB.com. Experience the game like never before with MLB.com's Game Day. Real-time pitch type and in-game video highlights moments after they happen. Have those same highlights sent straight to your video-enabled phone with MLB.com's mobile team alert. And if you can't get to the game, watch every out-of-market game this season live with high-quality streaming video exclusively on MLB.tv. Only on MLB.com, where baseball is always on.
Let's get this thing started. Yeah. It's a new generation, so pass the mic. Pepsi can't left me, better pass it right. I ain't tripping.
Tigers lead at 11-3 as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Coming up tonight on the Best Damn Sports Show period. Driver Helio Castroneves, NBA great Gary Payton. The Best Damn Sports Show period tonight at 11 here on FSN. There's our buddy.
You're trying to tuck it in?
Apparently so. I love his pink net. Wow.
He tucked it in.
It's kind of like a necktie.
I guess.
Check out the pink net, though. What's he going to catch with that? Swinging a drive off the bat. If Guillen hits this one, a ton to dead center field and gone. Oh, Guillen better than 420 away.
That's a big fly. Tigers brought out the whooping sticks tonight.
They're hitting some balls a long way this evening.
This ball absolutely crushed.
.425 feet. Joyce pops it in the air toward left. Ibanez coming over.
That's where the big boys hit him.
Granderson with a homer. Maglio, Renteria, and now Guillen. Speaking of Renteria, single, triple homer, a double would give him the cycle. Strike one, the count on Renteria. Slice foul down the right field line.
He's going for the double.
Checked it. He held up, said Andy Fletcher. Last cycle for the Tigers, Carlos Guillen against the Rays back in August of '06. The 1-2. Soft liner, it's into right center field, a base hit. Another hit for Renteria. 4 for 4 with 5 RBIs. 17 Tigers hits.
He couldn't stretch that into a double.
Not if you put him in a Lamborghini. Most hits in a game for the Tigers, 18 against Boston back on May 7th. Lloyd McClendon's having a good night tonight, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Fouled back out of play by Pudge. Pudge had a single and a run scored back in the 6th.
0-2 on the Tigers catcher. New pitcher is Mark Lowe for Seattle, taking over for Beck here in the 7th inning. And he was greeted by a 425-foot home run from Carlos Guillen.
Got a pretty good arm. Fastball, that last one, 94 miles an hour. The 20th game now that Lowe has been in, his numbers aren't bad at all. 15 strikeouts in 17 innings, but he has walked 12.
Swing and a miss. Pudge goes down, 2 gone. That'll bring up the top of the order, Curtis Granderson. Well, Beck was greeted with a first pitch home run by Maglio Ordonez in the 5th, and the same story for Lowe here in the 7th by Guillen. Tigers have now scored 10 or more runs 6 times this year. The 1-0 pitch. Off speed, he was out in front, 1-1. By the way, that strikeout by Pudge Rodriguez is the first of the night for a Tigers hitter. And on the last road trip, the Tigers averaged almost 7 strikeouts per game from their hitters, that is. 41 total on the road trip. Two balls, 2 strikes.
Arizona's a good baseball team. And the back end of that bullpen, that Arizona can run at you with some of those power arms and Cruz and Pena and Brandon Lyon. Now, they can rack up some strikeouts.
Yeah, and they did. They threw hard. I mean, you're talking about upper 90s.
That is a good baseball team. You see why they have the best record in baseball.
Swing and a miss. Off speed. Granderson out in front. He strikes out. So the Tigers get another run on the home run by Guillen. It's now 12-3.
Voting is now open for the 2008 All-Star Game at Yankee Stadium. Use the ballot on MLB.com to watch video, compare stats, and vote up to 25 times. Willie Mays, September 22nd, 1969, 600. Babe Ruth, August 21st, 1931, 600. Hank Aaron, April 27th, 1971, 600.
Ken Griffey Jr., keep watching.
With Nissan Live Sets on Yahoo Music, everyone's a VIP.
A lot of people ask us, do you feel pressure to stay successful and this and that? And I don't think any of us have really ever indulged that external pressure at all.
Experience Nissan Live Sets only on Yahoo Music. See you at the show. Every fan's dream is a front row seat. With Nissan Live Sets on Yahoo Music, everyone's a VIP.
A lot of people ask us, do you feel pressure to stay successful and this and that? And I don't think any of us have really ever indulged that external pressure at all. I think that we challenge each other and we want to continually get better as a band.
Experience Nissan Live Sets with artists like Incubus, Christina Aguilera, Beck, and more. Only on Yahoo Music. See you at the show. With Nissan Live Sets on Yahoo Music, everyone's a VIP.
It means so much to me whenever I get on a stage and feel an audience's energy coming back at me.
Experience Nissan Live Sets only on Yahoo Music. See you at the show.
12-3 as we go to the top of the 8th inning. And the Tigers have some defensive changes. Ryan Rayburn has entered the game. He'll play left field. And Matt Joyce will move from left to right. which means Ordonez is out of the game. Willie Bloomquist pinch hitting, loops one into shallow right field and drops one in. So the leadoff man is on here in the 8th. Bloomquist with a single. Lopez came on in the 7th and gave up a couple of runs. Jeremy Reed now is going to pinch hit for Ibanez. John McLaren emptying out his bench, giving his backup some at bats here. Strike one on Reed. Popped up. Cabrera in foul ground. One gone. And that'll bring up Jose Vidro. Tigers have Kenny Rogers tomorrow, and Jared Washburn will go for Seattle in a battle of lefties. Washburn had to pitch in relief in his last outing. Picked up a save.
Did he?
We'll see him tomorrow night. Tigers, of course, have been very good against left-handed pitching. Aside from tomorrow's game, then on Thursday, Batista and Bonderman at 1 o'clock. Pull down the right field line, fair ball. It's going to go to the corner. Bloomquist on his way to third, and they're going to hold him there. It is a 2-base hit for Vidro. Second and third, and only one out. Sexton is due up. He will not hit. Cairo will pinch it for him. So the third pinch hitter in the inning now, Miguel Cairo for Richie Sexton. Check swing. They will appeal. He did not go around.
Cairo is from Venezuela and wears number 13. And you know the very famous shortstop that wore that number, don't you, Mario?
Fouled away. Is that Concepcion?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Dave Concepcion.
He was pretty good, wasn't he?
He was real good. He should be in the Hall of Fame, but he's not. But you look at his numbers and compare them to most shortstops that are in the Hall of Fame, very comparable. But not in yet, but he may get in one day. But all young infielders that grow up in Venezuela, a lot of them like to wear number 13 for that very reason.
It's popped in the air toward left field. Rayburn coming over, still coming. In foul ground, runner will tag. Here comes Bloomquist. Throw is cut off. Sac fly and an RBI for Cairo. Well, Davey Concepcion may have gotten lost in all the power and the big names in that lineup, but boy, could he play.
Several players that played for that big red machine are in the Hall of Fame. Tony Perez, Joe Morgan, Bench.
Cairo makes it a 12-4 game. There's Kenji Jojima.
That was an American League lineup.
Sure was.
National League.
Yep, it sure was.
An American League lineup with the designated hitter.
The Oakland A's had some big bashing lineups, but that big red machine, they could score some runs. That's foul down the left field line. This one will head back out of play.
I know the Tigers used to play the Cincinnati Reds right at the tail end of spring training every single year. When Sparky was managing Detroit, of course, Sparky managed those teams in Cincinnati. They won a couple of championships.
That's up high. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Another guy that wears 13 is Omar Vizquel, as we could look at Sparky Anderson.
The Big Red Machine won World Series in 75 and 76.
Wonder if we'll see Sparky out in Anaheim next week. There was a time where he came out all the time when the ball club went out west.
Right to Guillen. And Cabrera holds on to the bag for the out. So they'll get a run. And we'll go to the bottom of the 8th. It's now 12-4.
With Nissan Live Sets on Yahoo Music, everyone's a VIP.
It means so much to me whenever I get on a stage and feel an audience's energy coming back at me.
Experience Nissan Live Sets only on Yahoo Music. See you at the show.
Willie Mays, September 22nd, 1969, 600. Babe Ruth, August 21st, 1931, 600. Hank Aaron, April 27th, 1971, 600.
Ken Griffey Jr., keep watching.
Hey, this is Victor Martinez. Hey, this is AJ Burnett.
All my games are live and on demand on MLB.tv.
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 Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Every fan's dream is a front row seat. With Nissan Live Sets on Yahoo Music, everyone's a VIP.
A lot of people ask us, do you feel pressure to stay successful and this and that? And I don't think any of us have really ever indulged that external pressure at all. I think that we challenge each other and we want to continually get better as a band.
Experience Nissan Live Sets with artists like Incubus, Christina Aguilera, Beck, and more. Only on Yahoo Music. See you at the show.
Let's get this thing started. Yeah. It's a new generation, so pass the mic. Pepsi can't left me, better pass it right. I ain't tripping, we independent. We out the trunk, dog, and let me pass this mic. We gotta get it on.
Get on the mic with Mic Pass, only at Pepsi Smash on Yahoo Music.
Baseball on FSN Detroit is brought to you by Chevy. See your local Chevy dealer today or visit Chevy.com. Comerica, we listen, we understand, we make it work. And by Comcast, watch TV the way it was meant to be in true high def from Comcast. Got a lot of changes now. We'll start in the left field where Jeremy Reed will stay in the game. The new second baseman is Willie Bloomquist. The new first baseman is Miguel Cairo. And the new pitcher is Ryan Rowland Smith. So he replaces Lowe, who pitched 1 inning. And Smith will take on Polanco to start things off here in the bottom of the 8th. Placido backside of there. (12-4) the Tigers lead. They have put up 17 hits. Bouncing ball to the shortstop. Betancourt throws him out, 1 away. That'll bring up Gary Sheffield. Gary tonight hitless at 0 for 4. Oh and 1.
Rough night for Chef tonight.
Let's see. He is hitless, and I think Joyce. Yeah, Joyce is the other hitless Tiger tonight. Although Joyce has walked and scored a run, it was a huge walk in that big 5-run 4th inning. Really set the table and good at bat, and that set the table for Renteria, who tripled in 3. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Here's the 1-2. Ryan Rowland Smith is a native of Sydney, Australia. Had 3 stints with the big club last year, his first in the big leagues with Seattle. Pulled foul, third base side.
Doesn't appear to have a real firm fastball, or maybe that's just his plan of attack against Gary. Couple change-ups, breaking balls. Gary out in front of most everything that Smith has thrown.
He spent 7 years in the minor leagues before his call up last year. The 2-2 pitch way high with the hook. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Left-handed and breathing.
Is that all it takes when you're lefty?
No, not really. Just thought I'd throw that in.
Point well taken, though. You can always use left-handed pitching. Fouled away again.
Fastball not bad, though. 90. That's not bad for a left-hander. Especially if you can complement it with the secondary pitches that he is displayed in this at-bat to Gary.
Fouled away again. Tigers blew this one open with a 5-run 4th inning. They led 7-1 at that point, and they just continue to pour it on. They have at least 1 run in each of the last 4 consecutive innings and have hit 4 home runs this evening. In the air toward left, shallow. Reed coming on, and Sheffield is now 0 for 5.
They played some good baseball in that 4th inning. And there was a runner in motion that Cabrera at the plate hit the ball to shortstop. Betancourt vacated that hole, and that was first and second. You talked about that at bat with Joyce at the plate, second and third, 1 out. Silva wasn't going to give in to him, and Joyce took the walk. Silva was hoping to get Renteria to hit into something on the ground and get a double play. And Renteria tripled. Granderson with a big 2-out base hit in that inning as well. It's a very productive inning for Detroit.
A 5 RBI night tonight for Renteria. This is Rayburn's first at bat of the night. I still say, of all the good things that have happened here tonight, maybe the best, and I know Renteria's had a great night, but maybe the signs that Granderson showed tonight are pretty good. Double and a home.
Yeah, especially that one down in that left field line. He put in a lot of work today with Lloyd McClendon, trying to figure out some stuff.
It's just a whole different team offensively when he's clicking. One and 2 on Ryan Rayburn. Tigers 3 outs away from getting a victory here to start the homestand. It would be their 18th of the year.
If Smith wants to get Rayburn out, he better put a wrinkle in something, because Rayburn's a real good fastball hitter.
There you go. So the Tigers are done. They go 1, 2, 3, and we will travel to the 9th, up 12-4.
Hey, this is Victor Martinez.
Hey, this is AJ Burnett.
All my games are live and on demand on MLB.tv.
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 Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Let's get this thing started. Yeah. It's a new generation, so pass the mic. Pepsi can't left me, better pass it right. I ain't tripping, we independent. We out the trunk, dog, and let me pass this mic. We gotta get it on.
Get on the mic with Mic Pass, only at Pepsi Smash on Yahoo Music.
Voting is now open for the 2008 All-Star Game at Yankee Stadium. Use the
Last call for Seattle as we head to the top of the ninth inning now at Comerica Park. The Tigers ahead 12-4 in this one. They have posted 17 big hits, and they're 3 outs away from putting this one into the win column. And we have a new pitcher on for the Detroit Tigers. That is left-hander Clay Rapata.
Good numbers for Rapata. 2-0. Earned run average under 1. Strikeouts to walks ratio not bad at all.
And he will face Vladimir Ballantyne to lead things off. Then Unieski, Betancourt, and Ichiro. Missing low. 1 ball to no strikes on Ballantyne. Vladimir 0 for 2 with a walk tonight. Inside, 2 balls, no strikes. Verlander went the first 6 this evening. Was outstanding, striking out 7, gave up just 1 run. And then in the 7th inning, Lopez came on for a couple of frames. And now Rapata here in the 9th. Fouled back out of play.
This kid takes a pretty good swing. Takes a real good swing, as a matter of fact.
He hits with some power, at least did in the minor leagues. Last 3 years, home run totals of 25, 22, and 24. He had, in fact, 6 at AAA Tacoma in just 17 games before he was called up. And he has 4 more at the big league level this year.
Seattle has that kind of lineup that the Tigers have for the most part. Of course, Detroit, when they were struggling offensively, there wasn't a whole lot that Jim Leyland could do. I mean, a lot of guys are tied into long-term contracts, and plus you're hoping the guys wake up. John McLaren, Seattle's manager, is facing the same type of situation, where you have Beltre, Betancourt, Lopez, Sexton in the infield, Jojima behind the plate, Ichiro on the outfield, Ibanez, all tied to pretty lengthy deals. And you're hoping these guys wake up from an offensive standpoint.
Yeah, because really when you think about it, if you start benching some of these guys, and some people will bring up the young guys and give them an opportunity, well, if you're going to win, you're going to have to try and get these veterans going.
Absolutely.
And sitting them on the bench is not going to get it done. So Rapata, after walking Ballantyne, has fallen behind Unieski, Betancourt. And he misses again. 2 balls and no strikes. Clay Rapata forming the lefty combination with Bobby C. In the air toward left center field. That's down. Base hit. It'll roll by, allowing Betancourt to get to second, and second and third, nobody out.
That'll be the second error by a Tigers outfielder in this ball game tonight.
So Granderson gets an error. Joyce got an error earlier tonight.
Ball just kind of rolled up the arm of Curtis. And it's also a situation where Curtis may have been charging that ball a little bit too much, a little more aggressively than he should have. There was really no play for him at third.
Ichiro has not been retired tonight. He has 3 hits and a walk.
He's starting to heat up. Batting average, he came in at 280. He's up to 291.
He'll get back up over 300 where he belongs before too long. Stole a base back in the 6th inning. He has been caught once tonight. But Ichiro now with 292 stolen bases. That is a franchise record for Seattle. Slap toward left field. Rayburn on the move. Oh, he dropped it in foul territory.
He was thinking about throwing the baseball before he caught it.
It'll be the 3rd Tigers error of the night. He was there in plenty of time. Fortunately, it fell in foul territory. 3rd Tigers error. Swing and a miss. So Rapata takes care of Ichiro the first time they get him tonight.
It's a nice job by Rapata. Every now and then you've got to pick up your defenders. In this case, momentarily picking up Rayburn and Granderson, both of whom have made errors in this inning.
One out. Here's Adrian Beltre. Back up the middle into center field. That's a base hit. Valentin scores. Here comes Betancourt. He will score. And Beltre has singled in 2. And it's 12-6.
Those leadoff walks come back to haunt you every time.
So Beltre has 3 RBIs in this game. Francisco Cruzetta heating it up now. Strike 1 to the outside corner to Willie Bloomquist.
Sounds like a nice Italian dish. I'll have a Francisco Cruzetta tonight.
Oh, I thought you meant Willie Bloomquist.
No.
Doesn't sound Italian at all to me. That sounds like an appetizer. Francisco Cruzetta.
Appetizer?
Yeah, think so. Like bruschetta? Bruschetta?
Italian something.
The 1-1 low, 2 balls and 1 strike. Well, it hasn't been a total loss for Seattle tonight. They have 6 runs on 11 hits. Of course, most of their damage has come against the Tigers bullpen. 2 in the 7th, 1 in the 8th, and now 2 here in the 9th. That's low. 3-1. And there's ball 4. Tigers fans get a little bit restless. That's the 2nd walk for Rapata, and Gene Lamont is actually on the phone now to see where Cruzetta stands. So no quit in Seattle tonight. Here comes Jim Leland. And the skipper has made the signal to the bullpen. So Francisco Cruzetta will have to come on and mop this one up. 12-6 Tigers in the 9th.
Let's get this thing started. Yeah. It's a new generation, so pass the mic. Pepsi can't left me, better pass it right. I ain't tripping, we independent. We out the trunk, dog, and let me pass this mic. We gotta get it on.
Get on the mic with Mic Pass, only at Pepsi Smash on Yahoo Music.
Well, it's gotten a little bit more snug here. It is 12-6. Tigers still lead by 6 runs, but with only 1 out. Clay Rapata is taken out of this ball game now, and Tigers go right back to the bullpen. And it's Francisco Cruzetta.
Well, Jim didn't expect to use his 8th inning guy in this ball game, especially the way that it was shaping up. But he had seen enough from Rapata. And this is one of those moves where, you know, you still want to end this game with a real positive taste in your mouth. And I think that's why he went to Cruzetta here.
And Cruzetta will be facing Reed here in the 9th inning. 5 of the 6 runs for Seattle tonight coming in the last 3 innings of this game, and they have runners at first and second and only 1 out. So Cruzetta being called upon. In the meantime, just in case, the closer is actually up in a game that started 12-4 to begin the 9th.
And Jim has said that Cruzetta is as good as advertised, talking about his fastball in the mid-90s, also that devastating split-fingered fastball that he features as well. And he said that once Cruzetta learns to command his fastball, this guy is going to be an outstanding reliever.
So Jeremy Reed will bat. This is his 2nd at bat. He popped up as a pinch hitter back in the 8th. Ball up high from Cruzetta, 1-0. He missed with a fastball at 94 miles an hour. Now the 1-0. Another fastball, 1 ball, 1 strike. Beltre at 2nd. Bloomquist at 1st. And the 1-1. Ground ball back up the middle into center field, a base hit. They're going to wave around Beltre. He will come around to score. And look at this. It's 12-7. The Mariners have put up 3 here in the 9th with no signs of slowing down.
It's a fastball at the bottom of the strike zone and a real good swing by Reed. The ball is away from him. And he didn't try to pull it. Eddie Rodriguez, knowing what the score is, he's the coach at 3rd base. He's going to send Beltre home because he knows Granderson's going to come up and throw the ball to second.
Jose Vidro. Here's the 0-1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Vidro 1 for 4, had a double back in the 8th. And as you mentioned just moments ago, it all started with that leadoff walk to Ballantine. They've had 2 walks in the inning. Cruzetta's 1-1 pitch. Bouncing ball hit to the right side. It's through, a base hit. Here comes Bloomquist. He will score, and it's 12-8. The crowd really getting restless right now. Cruzetta comes in to give up a couple of RBI singles. Jones may get into this ball game after all. Here he comes.
Wow.
Can you believe this?
Who would have thought it?
It was 12-4 going into the top of the 9th inning, and the Tigers are going to bring their closer in. Leland's not waiting around. Cruzetta gives up the baseball. And Todd Jones will be summoned from the pen. It's all of a sudden a 4-run game. So as Jones comes in, we'll step aside.
With Nissan Live Sets on Yahoo Music, everyone's a VIP.
A lot of people ask us, do you feel pressure to stay successful and this and that? And I don't think any of us have really ever indulged that external pressure at all.
Experience Nissan live sets only on Yahoo Music. See you at the show.
This one has turned into a save opportunity for Todd Jones. It is a 4-run game, 2 runners on with only 1 out. And the Tigers closer will replace Francisco Cruzetta. Here are the numbers on Jones this year.
Have not had many opportunities to go out there and save ball games this year, and when he has had to, he's been perfect.
When it was 12-3, Jones out there in the 7th inning was probably thinking, I got me a night off. But he has come into this game at 12-8. And all of a sudden the tying run has moved to the on-deck circle. So Rapata started the inning. Cruzetta took over. And the only out recorded, believe it or not, was a strikeout of Ichiro. Two walks, 3 singles. Mix in a couple of errors. Miguel Cairo will bat. This is the 8th man to bat in the inning. Jones keeps it low, 1-0. 13 hits for Seattle, 17 for Detroit. All inside, 2-0.
Well, Jones doesn't walk many. He is usually a very good strike thrower when coming into the ball game. He'll have to challenge Cairo here.
And he does, a strike on the outer edge. A sarcastic cheer coming from the crowd here. 2 for 7 career against Jones for Cairo. Fouled away. 2-2. Bouncing ball to second could do it. There's one. Here comes the relay. That's a double play and the Tigers win. Jones gets the twin killing and the Tigers can smile. Boy, was that interesting. Edgar Renteria had a huge night. Justin Verlander was outstanding and the Tigers win. We'll be back to wrap it up with our Chevy player of the game right after this.